about today is the alchemical process. Okay? And we're going to get into this. I want to see step 19. I'm just going to show you this. Or I think it's 21. Conception, the marriage or union of the male and female aspects of substances. Keep that in mind as we go forward. Alright, so let's start this study. Who changed the truth of God into a lie? And here's some more. Medical malpractice. What is medical malpractice? Medico-legal phenomenon, which covers all defects in the professional behavior of doctors. Medical malpractice is divided into two types: medical negligence, the standard of medical care given to a patient is considered to be inadequate. What I'm doing is I'm giving you definitions, folks. Professional misconduct, ethical malpractice, civil malpractice, criminal malpractice. Okay? This is how many people die from going to big pharmaceutical and drugs a year, and that's 783,000. This is how many die a year in gun violence, 32,000. Wounded, killed. Here we go. Democide, government murders in the 20th century, 262 million. So folks, if we got a problem, what is the problem in this country? Is it guns? If we're going to attack something, what do we need to attack? We need to tackle the medical malpractice. We need to be attacking these doctors. And we're going to get through this today. I'm going to show you the Hippocratic oath that these people take. Okay? Without excuse. Romans 1:19. And I have done this before for y'all. But today I'm going to show you in a matter of 15 verses everything that is wrong with this world, everything that is wrong with this country is covered completely. Because that which may be known of God is manifest in them, for God hath showed it unto them. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen. What are we talking about? The spiritual things, they're clearly seen. When you walk outside, you know that a tree didn't pop in the ground without being what? Created. It's intelligent design. The bees are here, the worms are here. Everything works in what? Cohesion with one another. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. Alright? Being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead. So they are without excuse. There is no excuse. We tend to want to accept things that are outside our realm. That way we can live the way we want to. Romans 1:21, because that, when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were they thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Okay, this is when you choose to believe a lie. Who sends you to the delusion? God himself. God himself. They will believe a strong delusion. So let's start, and I'm going to break this down as we go, okay? Well, I'm going to start with the first thing. What's the very first thing? Nature. There is no lie in nature. So what must we do? If we're going to live a lie, we got to make a lie out of nature. Let me show you the first one, where it starts at, the first lie of nature. This is Darwin's book. Haeckel himself even admitted to the deception years later after being convicted of fraud. Now I want to show you this, what the fraud was, and it was this right here. It's in all your children's textbooks. Alright? It's this little picture right here that shows the gills, and every person in embryo, and this is how they lined you up with fishes and monkeys and everything else. And this was a complete fraud. As a matter of fact, he was convicted of that fraud. Alright? They've taken the truth of God and they've made it into a lie. So let me go back to our deal, and I'll put these in the show notes. But the idea, nonetheless, had caught on. Even though it was disproven in the 1920s, the recapitulation theory made its way into many late 20th century textbooks, sometimes even being referred to as the biogenic law. So here's Darwin in 1860, The Origin of Species. He predicted evidence would be found to support his theory. Haeckel faked the drawings of the embryos to use as evidence for evolution. Haeckel was convicted of fraud by 6 professors in his own university. How many people know this? Remember, I've already gone through that and showed you the real name of that book, The Origin of the Species and Natural Selection, and it was a completely racist book. And yet this is what we teach our kids. And they have made God null and void. We're just going to evolve. You come from monkeys. You come from monkey fish frog. Follow me, folks. You're a fish, monkey, etc. This is how they claim life started. still getting propagated in our schools? Is this by accident? It's deliberate. If it was by accident, every now and then they would do something in our favor. And that's the truth. If it was just incompetence. All right, continuing on with Romans. The lust of their own heart. Romans 1:22. Professing themselves to be wise. What did he say? Take the wisdom of this world and make it foolishness. They become fools. And they change the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man, and to birds, and four-footed beasts, and creeping things. I'm going to hit on this. I'm going to hit on this right after the slide. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a set of scriptures and we're going to it. I'm showing you just how much in this one little set of scriptures everything is exposed around us. Wherefore God also gave them up to the uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. What do you think he's talking about here? Who changed the truth of God into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. Alright? What do you think we're talking about? Giving it up to the uncleanness through their own lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. First, I'm going to focus in on this. And change the glory of the uncorruptible God, the Spirit, into an image made like corruptible man.
Sounds like evolution now.
Well, here he is. Everything. Right there. Everything right there. That's the Baphomet, the female and the male. That's the Baphomet, that's Moloch. Do not make your daughters and sons. I did not command you to make your daughters and sons pass through the fire. Alright? Here's the Baphomet. Enlightened, as above, so below. We know what the caduceus means in the middle, and that's why it has breast. Remember I told you the alchemical process, the merger of the male and the female, making God a lie. There is no lie in nature. Okay, understand this. It made them male and female. So to make nature a lie, they've got to change it. The alchemical process, and I'm going to explain this as we go forward, that this is not by accident. We learned last week what aluminum is, what it's doing to the children, why these things are going like this. Why is, just like the video at the beginning where I showed you this man, that's a man. I don't care what you ever do. He can shave all his eyebrows off. He can do all that stuff. What's making these people want to do this to themselves? We're going to get into that.